So, fam, I wasn't even going to record today. And I had to hop on here. Hello. Oh, he's so cute. Let me get him. Look at the horse. That's how y'all know it's exclusive. Hey, horsey. This is exclusive, so, fam. I wasn't even going to record today. And I literally just walked outside. I threw on my hat. Listen, so, fam. You have to understand. I'm gonna put the video like this because I'm not gonna lie, I don't want y'all to see all my background. So I'm hiding my background from y'all because y'all can't know all my details. Anyway, so fam, you gotta understand. See, it's loud too right here. But you gotta understand that God really don't have the same clock that we got. So yeah, it may seem like, whew, the pandemic was 2 years ago, or whatever you want to call it, and things shift and things like that. And for those that don't know, pray for them, so fam. Really pray for them, because they not understanding the analyzation that's happening, right? Because prior to this time, we've been asking for this time. We've been praying for this time. We've been begging for this time. We've been asking God for a time over and over again. We've been asking for forgiveness. We've been asking for a break. You know, we've been asking for a sign. We've been asking for everything in the world. And these are the times that we're living in. And sometimes we think it's just a few months, maybe even a week, maybe even the 2 years that pass. So, fam, God don't have the same clock. No one's going to be able to pinpoint how long this is going to take, how long it's going to be, and when it's going to end. But what you have to understand is that if you don't get yourself right within, right, meaning like really get yourself aligned, get yourself in order, get yourself lifted, get yourself how you need to be. Like if God was to knock on your door right now, would you be ready to answer? Would you be ready to answer? Okay? That's how you have to be operating, and not just because you're afraid God might come knock on your door and you want to act like you're ready. It's no acting. You can't fool the creator. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you can't hustle a hustler. I don't know if you ever heard of that. You can't hustle a hustler, right? So you can't fool God. And I think sometimes we be fooling ourselves, right? We sit around and fool ourselves. You can fool yourself, but how long? How long can you sit around and play fool? So I was gonna walk that way. Let's just walk this way. So fam, take this time to really do some analyzation. Have some conversations with yourself, right? Have some conversations with yourself as far as like what you want, where you want to go, why you want it, what you doing, and be mindful, soul fam, when you're making these decisions and these choices, right? Now this is as far as there's a lot of distractions in the media, right? There's a lot of distractions on a life you should want, right? You should want this life. This life is amazing. You should want this life. This life is great. You can do this. Look at me. I'm doing it, right? Those are some things that's real, and there's some things that's like pushed for you to want it. So you can tell your spirit, you can say to yourself, oh, I want that. I want to live that life. So if you choose that life blindly, meaning you don't really know what you're choosing, and you're just choosing it because it looks fun, right? Or it looks rich. You need to be making choices that are godly, right? So can God come into this space and exist? Can God come into this space and lay his grace? Can God come into this environment and feel love, feel like he's with his creation. And not to say something is more good than it's not good. I'm not getting all into the details, so fam, you know. So the choice is yours, okay? I don't want to convey the message in a way that is like what I would do. We kind of all know what I would do, right? But what would you do? What would you want for yourself? Use your own mind, okay? Some of us, we've gone through these 2-3 years and we stopped using our own mind and thought process, right? So what does that mean? What does that look like? You have an idea, you have a thought, and before you believe your thought, you go check it on Google, you go ask your neighbor, you go ask Billy at work, because for some reason in your mind, in your state, you're not believing or trusting yourself. And I understand this so much, so fam, because trust me, I've been working on this. It's been so hard because of so much that you have to heal from, and so much that you have to do, and so much that you have to understand. And so much with what's being taught, so much of what's being pushed, so much of what's being internalized. And when we look at each other as a whole, we get to a place and we look at our neighbors and it's like we're afraid of people. We're afraid of communication. We're afraid of confrontation. We're afraid to be who we are. We don't even know if we could be who we are, because if we be who we are, we might get criticized. If we say what we want to say, we might get cursed out, or we might not get the likes, or we might not get the views. So fam, God don't care about no likes. God don't care about no views. God don't care about no subscribers. And when you are listening to whatever you are listening to, and you sitting around and you taking notes mentally, make sure you're not taking notes because they have a following, they have a liking, they have a viewing, because you don't know who's liking, who's viewing, who's anything. You don't know if God is liking and viewing. But just know that, okay, well, if God see me, will he like and view me? How will he like and view me? Whenever I do work and whenever I put my message out, I'm doing it from the purest place I know how. And I know before, after the video, I say, God, all right, this, I want to make sure I'm saying a message that is a message that's really meant to lift you and push you into a place that you want to place. I wouldn't want to, when you operate with God, so fam, and you operating in life, and you operating from a place of purity, you're not going to want to make someone else feel hurt. Okay? So there's a fine line, right? Because there's also truth. Truth don't hurt the same way mean and nastiness hurt. Okay? Like when I hear truth and it hurt, it's not a truth where it's not a place where I want to be upset at someone, you know? It's more like, dang, you really gonna tell me that? Hey, you got some truth in you. I like that. It's more of a respect thing. So be mindful of what you are listening to and make sure it's just not disrespectful to you. Women, you are not a female dog. You are not a toy. Don't idolize and put yourself in that place where that's what you're trying to be. It's not real. You will not receive real results. You will not feel real peace. You will not get real love. Some of us, we have switched our value button in our head, like what we consider to be valuable, and we switched it to likes and views, that we are unconsciously trying to get the most likes and most views based on the most aesthetic, based on the most nails, the most lashes. Everywhere I go, I see these long nails. No judge zone, but it's like, if you didn't see nobody with those long nails, was you gonna get those? No. And I'll be like, yeah, I don't want those nails. Those look cute. Those look cute on you. Sometimes we gotta learn what some look good. That look good on you, babe. That look good on you. We don't have to be copying and mimicking everything we see and think that if we get it, then we're gonna receive what they may receive, or we may get the same amount of likes. And I don't know who created likes, but I'm writing a letter. I'm writing a letter. Because you have to understand, soul fam. I just saw some water. Oh, it's a hummingbird. I wonder if I could get it on here. Let me see. You can see. Not sure, but anyway, soul fam. Sorry, I love nature. As I'm just sitting here, I'm just like, anyway, soul fam. The kids, think about when you was probably like 11, 12, 13. That age is it's like your shaping age. You have that memory of even things that you probably don't even think you remember, of things that you've seen and things that you said that you didn't even know you said. Like, I want to be like that. I love that. You may even look at things from a 13-year-old perspective and just be like, wow, and wow, and so and wow, and so and wow. So that generation is being molded right now, and they're gonna grow, and they're gonna be the future. Okay? And they're gonna get to a place, and they're gonna look around for some leaders. They're going to look around for some answers. Where are they going to look? They're going to look in their schools. They're going to be looking their neighbors. They're going to be looking in their after school programs. They're going to be looking in these places and sports and the salon and things like that. So don't think that your impact don't matter, because you're going to be the ones that they see. They're going to be the ones that they're going to literally look up to. So be mindful that when they around, and even if some of them are your children, that you're not spending all your time just on your phone and just on your phone and just life is on the phone. And be mindful of what you're saying. Be mindful of how you are putting value to things and how you're showing them this is valuable. And how you're showing them to yourself, this is how you are valued. Because a lot of the women, it's women and men, but a lot of the women, when they don't understand their value and they meet a boy and they meet the man, something is missing. Something is missing. Because there's too many childish mistakes. Okay, and it's not the woman is just as bad as the men, but I have little brothers. The girls are sending booty pics. I don't even know if I can say that word. They are crotched over, and I'm like, I wasn't even doing that. They sending that. You're barely 16, and he don't even know what to do. It's like. So, listen, so fam, y'all gotta really realize the time we're living in, the shifts that needs to be happening, and the examples that need to be set everywhere. And stop with the games. The games of who got more than who got high and how got and the shoes. And if you that one person on the block, the street, the neighborhood, the community. If you're the one person that teaches your child the right morals and the right respect that they should have for themselves, that one child will make a whole lot of difference. Definitely if they understand, and they understand stability, and they understand just being able to use their own mind and not following, not being the follower. And even the adults, this is not even about the kids, but there's adults that walk by that were the kid that just followed, you know. So even if you're the adult, make sure now you're doing the work, that you're not just looking and following. Look and think. Look and think. Practice that. When you sit around bored, or you sitting around just who knows what, when you drive into work, look and think. Look and think. Look and think. Because we're just looking. We're no longer thinking. No one's thinking. No one's getting together. No one's brainstorming. Today's the day. This is the time that's now. We don't know how much time we have before this is all over. Okay? For those that know what I'm talking about, we know what it's talking about. Lift your spirit, soul fam. Work on your mind. Do the work that needs to be done. Make the shifts. Have the conversations. Just have them. Hey, it's time. Let's go. Put the bottles down. Put the drugs down. Put it down. Let's be an adult. Let's face these problems. Most of it is financial. Just X out the financial and now get to the root. You know, skip that, because you'll be working on financial forever. Okay? Get to the root of it. All right, soul fam. I think that's all I got for you, soul fam. If you didn't get it, soul fam, book these sessions. Talk, have the conversation that's needed, get the clarity that's needed. Check out Amelia Online Academy. There's a free guide available to see where it is you may need some healing, some explaining, some understanding, some clarity. Get some clarity in your life. Clarity comes a long way. Comprehension goes a long way. Understanding comes a long way. All right, soul fam.